Good evening, everyone. We just welcome everyone to our webinar today. Just holding on for a couple of others to join in and get set for every of the things we have on the agenda today. We hope you have your pen and your pad ready to gain a lot because there's lots in store in today's webinar. So just hold on for a few minutes for others to join and kick off.
evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the live session. This is the FM Doors webinar that we've been looking forward to, and we're just starting. We are trying to get the attention of our members, the community members, to join us. So, and that's why we are taking a bit of time. Well, thank you very much for being on the show tonight. And we have guest speakers already getting ready. Uh, just before then Waters is uh, uh, an agency, a digital marketing agency that wants to break the status quo when it comes to the community, helping small businesses to get started and to scale. And it's actually the reason for the Air Vendors community which we run, and also the webinar holding today. We will be getting into the session proper. Right now, I'm trying to see to read that people are in the background, so we can begin to put in our comments that we are here. We're also getting ready for you, and we are looking forward to have an amazing session this evening. Let's get our notepads together. Let's get ready for guest speaker. If you have seen the flyer, you know we're expecting to have um, Mola talk to us, and we'll be bringing her up very shortly. Let's let's get our notepads. Let's get our writing materials by our side as we proceed to have an amazing session right now. In a couple of seconds into minutes, would would have first speaker join us. So let's get ready. So while we await our guest speaker, I will just a few things for us with regards to knowing about bending waters. And yeah, like I said, we are a marketing agency, and one of our big goals is to help businesses who are starting out to scale. And basically, an arm of basically that's an arm of bending waters that is very important for us. And so let's just hang around and get ready for the value we have for this evening. So we're passing it to our guest speaker right now.
Good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me, please? Can anyone hear me, please? Hello, can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, ma, you're audible, ma.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to thank the founder of Bending Waters for the privilege to speak tonight in this webinar. So, my name is Wayne Mola Ogunjobi, and I'm the founder of TIE Procurement and Logistics Limited, where we help importers, business owners, and companies to import various kind of products from China to Nigeria. So that's what I do. I'm also into digital marketing, and tonight I've been given the opportunity to speak about air business. So it's a very delight to come here to talk about it. So firstly, I'd like to clear the things I'll be talking about. I'll be talking about air business as a whole, and the things I know about air business. I'll also be talking about how to start, how to scale, how to market your air business, and also how to import from China down to Nigeria. So firstly, I believe that majority of us know that air business is a saturated one today. And if you go online, out of 10 businesses, you will definitely find one or two air vendors, you know, online, even offline in the markets today. So it's something that requires a lot of strategy. If you're starting out as an hair vendor, or you want to grow your present hair business, it's something you want to take out time, to think about, to plan, to strategize. So you don't do things the same way people have been doing it and end up, not getting any results. So there are different methods I've pointed out here on how you can actually begin your air business if you're a starter or you've started before and you want to scale. The first one is drop shipping. The second one is pre-order, using the pre-order business model, and also by importing your airs from China down to Nigeria. Now, I'm going to take it one by one. Dropshipping is a model whereby it's a model whereby you act like an intermediary between the supplier and your customers. That is, what you do is to take pictures or videos of the air from your supplier that you trust in Nigeria, close to you, in any state. You advertise this product, this air, sorry, you advertise the air, and you go ahead to get customers to buy from you. Now when you have customers buy from you, you take the order to your supplier while your supplier does the delivery for you. This is very seamless for someone who has no capital. You don't have capital, you don't have stock, you don't have anything to yourself, but you just want to start something. And the second one I mentioned is the pre-order business model, where you have a particular set of people in a group on a platform that sees what you sell. For instance, you create a WhatsApp group and have more people, lots of people join you by organic ads. You just get people from here, referrals, to join your group, and they join your group because they want to buy from you. Now, you give them a period of time whereby you take orders, you post your airs, you post your videos, you post what you're selling, and you give them a period of time to order. Now, when they order within that period of time, you are able to go to your supplier to buy from them. So while you take those orders, you also take out your profit, then you use the major money to go and buy this air from your supplier, then deliver to your customers. Now, the last one is importation, which I'll be talking about much later. How that you're able to secure capital for yourself and you import. Now, this period I mentioned earlier can be either sourced, you can source for your product from Nigeria, you can as well import it using the pre-order model. So, these are the three ways that you can actually start a air business. Either you have capital or not, you can actually start something for yourself. And if you've started already, then you can also think about scaling by importing from China down to Nigeria. Now, another thing I want to talk about tonight is how you can actually market and sell these airs. Now, there is a thin line between having something to sell and knowing how to sell. They are two different things. I've seen people who just import lots of products. I mean, they just go ahead to buy lots of products. Either they're buying locally or they're importing from China or any other country. And at the end of the day, they are unable to sell because selling is a skill on its own. You must be very, very vast in the knowledge of sales when it comes to any business, and air is not out of it. So if you're starting an air business or you want to grow your air business, you must consider, the strategy you want to use in getting your customers. Like I said earlier, that there are lots of people selling airs today. If you go left and right on Instagram, if you check TikTok, if you check Facebook, even on your WhatsApp status, you see lots of people who are selling the same thing that you sell. So it's very important for you to come up with a strategy on how you can sell. Now we have different mediums of selling, and I'm going to be listing out tonight. We can sell via content creation. That is, you are able to put out content. For instance, on TikTok, you're teaching people educational marketing, whereby you teach people about airs. For instance, you talk about how to identify quality airs, how to choose a air that fits your outfit, how to identify human hair, how to identify bone traits, and things like that. That's called educational marketing, educational content, where you get to teach people, and because of that, they start trusting you. So it's the profound thing that the more you teach people, the more they receive value from you. You are open to, they are open to buy from you rather. So when you put out content to teach people about airs, how to choose. There are lots of people today who actually want to look good. They want to buy these airs we're talking about, but they don't even know how to choose. So you can position yourself as an authority by giving out educational content about your hair. Most of the time we're carried away by just the salesy thing. You just want to sell. You're just posting, come and buy my hair, come and buy my hair, 15,000 naira, 30,000, 1 million naira. You just want to tell people to sell. But sometimes we also ignore the fact that there are a lot of people selling the same thing, and you need to stand out. So the first thing you must consider is educational content and marketing. Now the second thing is giving out, let's say, entertaining content. You post content that gets to entertain people, talking about what you sell. At the same time, you're making them laugh. That's another way to promote your business. That's another way to promote what you're selling. So as an air vendor, like I mentioned earlier, you can consider, posting educational content, teaching people about airs, and even accessories or things that helps people to, keep their airs for a longer period of time. And the truth of the matter is, the more you do something like this, the more you are able to, make more sales than people who just post, on their WhatsApp status, just posting their hairs, and there's really no information about the hair. Now, how can you go about this if you do not have, for instance, hairs available? Because I'm very much aware that there are a lot of us here who do not have air, you don't have stock, you just want to start. So it's a very simple thing. You can, like I said, you can start with drop shipping, you can start with pre-order. So if you're starting with any of this model that I mentioned earlier, all you need to do is to get a trusted supplier. A trusted supplier would tell you, the truth about airs, because air is a very delicate business. And I must say this: if you don't get it right in your sourcing, if you don't get it right in getting the right supplier, then at the end of the day, you would not like the outcome. So the first thing is to get a trusted supplier that you can get raw videos from. You get raw videos, you get raw pictures that you can easily post without their their what's it called now, their logo or something. So you can easily post their pictures, you can easily post their videos, to build that confidence in your audience that you actually have that product. Everyone has a starting point, so you do not have to own 100 pieces of airs in your closet before you can start the business. So once you get a trusted supplier, either by importing or sourcing locally, you can easily post them. You can easily use them for content on your social media platforms. Another way is to okay, I think I mentioned that before. Another way is to actually talk to people who sales air around you. Go to their studios, go to their stores, make live videos showing your own self, that you actually have that hair. So you make videos of yourself wearing the hairs, the wigs, at their store, and you go ahead and market yourself, wearing that particular wig or that particular hair. So another point I'm going to make mention of, if you're just starting out or you are in between the point of scaling, it is learning how to choose just one or two areas. People get it wrong when they stock lots of products. I'm talking about general product now, where people will just go ahead and buy many things. And it's also applicable in air, where people will just want to they want to buy lots of airs. You want to have this one in stock, you want to have this one in stock. No, as a starter, it is very much advisable that you pick a particular air that you know it's going to sell a lot and create an offer around it. For instance, you want to sell student bob wigs. As a student, you don't even have to be a student. I've seen adults, who are into hair business selling student bob wigs. So you want to sell something like that, you can create an offer around student bob alone. You don't have to market everything. You want to sell bone straight, you want to sell pixel coils, you want to sell everything at the same time. No, as a starter, get a particular kind of air or two, then create an offer around it. An example, you have student air bulbs. You can just create an offer. Okay, if you buy this one bulb for me from me for 20,000 naira, you're going to be getting a free comb, you're going to be getting a free this, you're going to be getting a free air what's it called now, maintenance kits, something like that. And you make the whole total package 30,000 naira. That way you are able to bring many things together, sell a lot of things together. It can even work for selling 2 airs or 3 airs at the same time too. You can have three kind of air that people can easily buy. Maybe one is coily hair, one is student bob, one is long wig. You can bring them together and say, oh, this 3 wig is going for 50,000 naira. I'm just saying, or 200,000 naira. If you buy these 3 weeks for 200,000 naira, you'll be getting free delivery. Of course, you'd have included your cost in all of these things, included your delivery. I'm just saying, included your delivery cost in this, included your the cost of all these accessories and maintenance kits. You'd have done that already before bringing out the total price. So if you buy this one for 200,000 naira, you'll be getting a free delivery to your location within Lagos, something like that. You'll be getting a free comb, you'll be getting a free maintenance kit, you'll be getting a free currently now I'm using a ring light, you'll be getting a free ring light, something like that. You'll be getting a free beauty kit, something like that. You must learn how to create an offer around your product. If not, you would always do things the same way every other person is doing it. So the moment you have an offer, an irresistible offer, you are able to market shamelessly. But if you go online now and say, well, come and buy my student bulb, people are like, why should I even buy from you? I have 2, 3 vendors on my status, on my WhatsApp contact list, pardon me, that sell the same thing. So why should I buy from you? Convince me. So if you're starting out, you must learn to give offers, except you want to start out as someone who is doing wholesales. You just want to sell in wholesales. I mean in bulk. Even at that, you can still create an offer around selling in bulk. For instance, you know, if you want to buy from me as an wholesaler, you can buy 5 pieces of this air, excuse me, or you can buy this one for 100,000 naira, and you'll be getting a free ring light to market your products. Something like that. It means you want to sell faster. You want to sell to one person, and you want to sell more to them. So that's why I started this webinar. I started my session by saying you must be very strategic when it comes to selling, because there are lots of people selling the same thing as you. So you can't afford to just come and post to us that, oh, where come and buy you. You're even going to people's DM to beg them, please come and buy what I'm selling. Please come and buy. You have begged almost all your uncles and your aunties, to buy for their wife. Come and buy from me. If you buy from me, you will like the hair. You don't beg when you have a very irresistible offer. Pardon me. You don't beg for sales. When you have something to offer people, they will be the one begging you, to buy from you. So that's been said, you must have an irresistible offer if you want to go far in this air business. Either you are drop shipping, you can drop ship and still do come out with a very good offer. Your supplier will always have them in stock. So you can create an offer around your airs and still make massive sales. And people will not even know that you don't have these things in stock. There's a particular business I've done in the past where I had to go physically to that particular store. It's an electronic business. I had to go there myself. I paid for photo shoots to take videos of me, to take pictures of me right there in that showroom, acting like I'm the owner of that store. And I was able to market that product. So if your air vendors are not, your supplier, locally now, if they are not too far from you, even if you want to import, you can still go to these suppliers to make a video in their store. Just seek permission, and those who are nice will give you the permission, even if you want to import them. But you know that, okay, this particular air that I am making a video for, I am still going to import it. So you must be very deliberate about, I said earlier, taking videos to market your product, putting out educational content about airs, how to maintain the air. For me, personally, I'm someone that does not really know how to maintain my wigs. So if I see a vendor who comes to teach me how I can maintain my wig, you've won my heart already. You're not just all about telling me to come and buy your 500k wig, to buy your 50k wig, to buy your 20k wig. No, you are able to tell me and teach me that even when I buy this wig, I know I can still come back to you to ask questions and you will not ignore me. So you are also concerned about people you want to sell to. That's why you're putting out educational content. So educational content to sell, your videos, your pictures must be top notch. If you're selling things like hair, they are positioned to be like luxury products. No matter the kind of hair, people are very, very, when it comes to hair, people are very, very careful, to buy anyhow hair. So you are careful not to just post something that will not attract the right kind of people. I've seen people that will post videos of their hairs and you're like, what's this? So you must be very careful not to post things that will make people off not to buy from you. So educational content and creating an offer around your hair business. If you can take note of these two things I've mentioned tonight, trust me, you go far very quickly. So you must create a very good offer for your hair business. Now, again, I'm going to be talking about importation. When it comes to importation, something is very important. Like I said earlier, you must be very, very um, full of understanding of hair. This one is not something you're going into a supplier store to check. You are not going there to see the quality of what you're buying. So you have to know about airs very well. And that's your assignment. If you want to sell airs, you should know about airs very well. No one wants to buy from if, for instance, even you as an hair vendor, if you go to a supplier, maybe on the Highland, all of those markets in Lagos, and you want to buy airs and you're asking simple questions, oh, is this blend? Is this 100% woman hair? And all they do is just to look at you that, what are you saying? You won't buy from them. You would never want to buy from people like that. So it's very, very important that you have a very clear understanding about air itself. Air itself. You know the difference between blend. You know the difference between human air. You know the difference between 100%. You can easily know when you see videos. And that's importation. So if you want to start importation of airs from China down to Nigeria, the first thing is to have the knowledge of airs. Now, the second thing is to know that you you must be able to source for a verified supplier. Now we have different platforms when it comes to China importation. We have different Chinese platforms, and I'm going to be mentioning three. We have AliExpress, we have Alibaba, we have 1688. Now all of these platforms are, they are very specific. I mean, they have their own what's it called now, when it comes to how they sell and how they operate. They are very, very different. So if you're purchasing from, let's say, 1688, we purchase and procure for people more on 1688 and Alibaba. If we talk about machineries, we use Alibaba, but when we talk about simple items, common items, we use 1688. So for a platform like that, the first thing you need to do is to register an account on 1688. So when you register an account with 1688, it gives you access to search. So how do you search? We have, a section where you can input the name of what you're searching for, or you can use a picture to search. So there's a camera icon on 1688 that once you click, you are when you click it, you are able to, pardon me for the noise, you are able to search, and 1688 will bring out the pictures, similar as, so that you can see it. Now, once you find the air that you want, there's also another platform that you need. It's called Alipay. Alipay is a payment platform that has to be connected with your 1688 account for you to make payments seamlessly. Then we have one WeChat. Sorry, WeChat is a communication platform where you can easily communicate with your supplier, and it helps you translate faster. And you must know that when dealing with Chinese, there's already a language barrier. But when you chat on WeChat, or when you also chat on 1688, there's also a feature now for you to translate in your conversation with the supplier. So you are able to get, when you translate, you're able to get what they are saying in English. So when you search for your airs on 1688, you see what they have. The next thing is not to place your order. Don't go ahead to place order yet. The first thing is to chat the supplier. There's an icon on 1688 where you can chat your supplier. You go ahead and chat with them, because you want to be sure of what you're buying. You don't just go and place order, oh wow, this hair is cheap. You just go and place the order. So you must chat with them firstly to confirm the quality. Tell them to be very sincere with you, because if they are sincere with you, you are definitely coming back to do more business with them. So they'll tell them to send you the live video of the air. Either you're buying bundles of air, you're buying weeks. Tell them to be sincere. Tell them to send the live picture. Tell them to send the live video of that product, of that air, to you, just so you are certain. So when you reach a conclusion, it might be time for you to pay. Now in China, their currency is called yuan, while it's very important for you to know that you cannot just transfer money to any supplier. You have to change your naira, you have to change your naira to yuan. Okay, so that's why I said you need Alipay. Alipay would, store your RMB for you, so you can easily make payments on 1688, or you transfer, from your Alipay account to your supplier. Okay, so once you've reached the conclusion with your supplier, then you can go ahead to place your order. So once you place your order, you can, of course, there are lots of processes to it, and which I might not be able to cover this webinar, but it's just a very simple process. And that's why we have procurement agents who can help you if you're starting and you are a bit scared or nervous when it comes to importation. That's why we have service providers, and that's what we do at TIE as well. We can help you import your product. So when you import, it's been shipped down to Nigeria, and air. The lovely thing about air business is that air has lightweight. I can import 10 pieces of airs now, for instance, and at the end of the day, the weight is just maybe 1.5 kg. So you can easily import by air, I mean by air cargo, and it arrives fast. Even if you're running a periodic business model by importation, you can easily import a lot of it and it arrives fast. So it is very, very key for you to understand the process involved and you don't just go ahead to just buy because you're very happy. Of course, when it comes to importation, the prices are you might be wowed at the prices you see on the Chinese platform compared to the price it's being sold in Nigeria. But at the same time, you must be very careful not to fall into the wrong hands. When I say wrong hand of suppliers who would send something else to you, all in the name of cheap price. So you must be very careful. That's why I said you must chat to your supplier to be sure of what you want to buy. And if you know you cannot go through the process on your own, you can definitely reach out to a procurement agent. And like I said, that's what we do at TIE Procurement and Logistics. We can help you, as long as you understand what you want to buy. As long as you understand your heirs and you know exactly what you want, then we are willing to help you with the process. So, like I said, you don't have to start with importation because it can be capital intensive. You don't just want to import one thing, just one air, and bring it down to Nigeria. Except that air, you are making like 50K profit, 30K profit on just one. So that might make more sense. But if you know the airs you're buying is not something that is very, very highly valued, so you might want to start sourcing locally. You might want to start by buying, from vendors around you, just to start something for yourself. And the most important thing in all I've said tonight is that you must have an irresistible offer for your air business. If not, your competitors will keep making sales while you begin to wonder what's going on with you. So you must have a very good offer that is irresistible. For instance, someone like me, if you come to meet me now and I know you sell airs, you sell quality airs, sorry, you tell me, oh, if you buy these 5 airs, you'll be paying this amount. You're not going to be paying delivery fee. Even though I know as a business person, I know you have included that delivery fee in the cost of that airs. I know because I do e-commerce a lot. So if you tell me this is what you're going to get this one, you're going to get this pack, oh, you've won my heart. And if I have that money, definitely I'm going to choose you over other people. So you must have an offer. Firstly, tonight, the next thing you want to do is to be very sure of who you are buying from. Have a vendor, have people that you trust. If you're still sourcing locally for now, get the video, be sure of what you're buying, then create an offer around it. If you can create an offer, you can sell to thousands of people, without begging anybody. You don't have to beg people to buy from you. You don't have to, go to people's DM to plead with them. Even if you don't have a large audience yet, see, if you have a good offer, people will be the one in your DM begging you. I'm not saying this out of what I read online. I'm saying this out of experience as a business owner because I've sold things online too, and I know that if you are able to create a good offer around your products, people will beg you to buy from you. Okay, so there are platforms you can sell. You can use TikTok, you can use Facebook ads, you can use TikTok ads, of course. You can also sell on Gigi. Yes, you can sell on Gigi, you can sell on Jumia, you can use Instagram ads. All you need to start with is a clear video of what you're doing. Your face is showing or not. Of course, there's a place of trust where people have to trust you before they can give you their money. So you might want to show your face, okay? You might want to show your face. You might want to go extra mile to the stores of your suppliers to take videos. You might have to just do that because you're starting a business. You want to build credibility. You might not have all it takes now. You might not have all the lightnings. You might not have all that you need, but you can start small. If you are able to get a video, 2, 3 videos here and there, market your products, market your offer shamelessly. Now I'm talking about offer. I'm not saying market your air. You can just come and tell someone, oh, I'm selling air, oh, I'm selling air, oh, and every day you are disturbing everybody, the status you're posting, and nobody's even paying attention to you. So you must create a very good offer around your air. That's why I said pick one or two or three, bring them together, or pick one, add something else to it, put a price to it. Don't be scared. See, there are lots of people that are willing to buy. There are a lot of people who have this money. I believe no one here has the mindset of, there's no money in Nigeria. You must not say that because there are millions and billions flying around every day. And as an air vendor, you must be thinking of how to take a percentage of this money going into the pockets of other air vendors. Okay, so people are selling thousands of air every month, and you're wondering, how are they selling? They have an offer, they have a strategy. Some are selling in wholesales in bulk, where they sell only to people who are reselling. So come up with something. Don't just do it the regular way. Don't just post on yes, we are seeing you, but what can you offer us? Yes, we know you are selling. We can see you. Ngozi, we can see you. We can see what you are doing. We know you are hardworking. But see, if you don't give us an offer, if you don't tell us something that will make our minds blown away, like, really, if I buy this thing from this person, you're giving me free delivery. Oh, really? I'm sending the money right away. If you don't do those things, people would not come to you. So you must be very strategic. You must have an offer, have them mapped out. Don't just start a business on vibes. Don't just start a business because you are happy or excited. I'm not sure anyone here should do that because you're excited. You just want to start something, and at the long run, you're tired. No, have an offer, have something that people would beg you. They'll be the one coming to your DM. Please, is this still available? You'll be the one telling them, oh, I'm sorry, we're out of stock. You don't even have any stock, oh, but you're already out of stock because even your supplier is out of stock because of you already. So there is money. People are buying airs every day. People are buying airs every day, and you need to know this. You must be thinking about to take a percentage of these monies in the head industry into your own accounts. Okay, so I believe I've been able to pass a message across tonight. I don't know if there's any room for questions, but that's where I'm going to be posting for tonight. If there's anything for me to say something more, then maybe the person in charge can let me know. Thank you very much. Anyone hear me, please? Okay.
Okay, man, we have a question here. Someone's asking, what are the things you need to look out for when importing from other countries, for example, maybe China or other countries? What are the are there things like guidelines that you could give to look out for to know, like, okay, this is someone I can trust, making my orders from there or not? Or what are like red flags that you look out for?
Okay, that's a very good question. Well, there are criteria to check when you want to start importation generally. And, like I said, you must firstly know about airs. That gives you an edge in your business. You are able to point out the kind of airs you are importing. Then the first criteria in importation is to check the supplier's reviews. I mean, if you want to buy anything from a regular vendor online, you want to check what other people are saying about them. So that one is very, very important. The testimonials from people who have purchased. For instance, if you go on 1688 to browse for any particular product, in the products page, you're going to see reviews from other people. I look out for reviews from Nigerians most of the time, or Ghanaians who have bought from that supplier before. I look out for, live pictures or just live pictures of people who have bought and their honest review. So that's one thing. The second thing you want to look out for is the number of years they have been in existence. You want to look out for how long have this supplier been selling. Yes, I can see the reviews, but have they been into business for a while? So you must check those things too. The third thing is to check the ratings. When I say ratings, I'm talking about star ratings. If you go on Google now, on Google Play Store, you want to install an app, you see the ratings that has been, put there by people who have actually installed that app before. So you want to check the ratings of that store. So that helps you to decide if you're buying from them or not. The minimum I check for is four stars. Okay, so you must check out for 4 to 5 stars if you want to purchase from a supplier. And also, I mentioned earlier that you must request for a video or a picture. It's very important. Don't just see something online and you'll be like, wow, it's cheap, oh, it's cheap, oh. While importation can be very sweet and profitable, you must also be careful not to fall for scams, for cheap scams, where you see something that is, in your heart that this is, it will be it will cost nothing less than 150K in Nigeria, but you are seeing like 10 yuan. By the way, 10 yuan is around let's say 2017 naira today, no, 2008 naira today. The rate current is 208. So imagine um you go ahead and buy that kind of hair, something they're selling 150K in Nigeria, and you see the picture of the product on 1688 going for 2000 naira, 2008 naira. That's greediness, on the person's part too. So you must be very careful to request for videos. Sometimes what they put online is not the same thing as what they are selling. They just use that to grab your attention. Reviews, star ratings, chatting the supplier for video is very, very vital. And of course, a very clear understanding about it so nobody can cheat you. So have I answered your question, please?
Yes, I think that addresses that question quite well. So another question here is, for someone that's just starting out in the hair import, like as an hair importer, I think we have a lot of hair importers here. As an hair importer, what would you suggest is a minimum capital range for someone just starting? That's a question here also.
You mean minimum capital, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, capital depends on what the person is buying or starting with. When we talk about capital today, many things goes into capital. There are many things you want to sit down and look out before saying this is what my capital is or this is what I need as a startup capital. So someone who is starting as a business wants to consider the kind of hair he or she is starting with. For someone who wants to start with 100% woman hair, lots of all those luxury hairs, that kind of person should be starting with something like maybe 500K for 5 pieces. But someone who wants to start with just maybe small student bob wigs, just want to start small, we just want to go for blend, you can be looking at maybe a 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira as a startup. That means you're buying just less quantity rather, and for, of course, blend, not woman L. So you might be looking at that. That's if you don't even have so much at all. 50,000 naira, 100, 150 and above can start you something if you want to start with your capital. I don't know if I've answered that question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. One asked the question. I think this is more general, less on the hair vendor side and more on the business side. So she said, it's a she. She said, do I need to register my business before I start, or should I get something working first before I think about registration?
Well, business registration is important as a Nigerian. You want to legalize your business, but at the same time, I believe that that's funds you want to use to register your business, you can use it to do your marketing first. Okay, that's if you don't have enough yet. But if you have the capital, if you have enough money to do that, why not? You can register your business. That also puts you out as a credible business owner. That puts you out as someone who knows what he or she is doing. Well, I would always advise, if you don't have much, just use that money, divert that money for your marketing first, so that you can make the money back. Then you can start thinking of doing all of these things to legalize your business.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. I think you
Actually,
addressed. So someone asked this, and I think this might probably be something you might would address post webinar. She said, can we get like a guide? Can you come up with like a guide for us that would give like a guide on hair, maybe things like difference between raw hair, virgin hair, I think she said Remy hair. I'm not familiar with what that is. Remy hair, hair textures, different kinds of durations of importing. She said, for example, this list you gave us on the suppliers, how to know legit suppliers. Can we have something like a guide from that that you can give us as a community also?
I'm sorry, the line was breaking, but I could only hear a part where you said, "Can I give ideas of raining airs?" Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, she said that can we get a guide for us to understand the different kinds of hair, different how to know raw hair, virgin hair, um, the synthetic ones, the differences between them, and they
Okay.
should also probably contain how to find a good vendor and the nitty gritties that the person will need to know to start importation. If that could be made available post webinar.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be very sincere tonight that I'm not someone who knows so much about airs. I'm not someone who knows so much about airs, so I might not be in the best position to talk about the raining air currently because I don't really buy airs. So but I know that there are different kind of airs, and this information are out there. You can easily, that's why I started with the fact that you can go and learn more about hairs before you even start the business at all, which might not, even if I know we might not be able to cover all tonight. When I mentioned students bob week, I know that sells a lot because there are lots of students in the university, in tertiary institutions, who, not even tertiary institutions alone, people just love to buy bob wigs because it's usually sometimes affordable, and I mean it's selling a lot now. People are really buying. People have always been buying it. So for me, that's still what I know that it's selling currently. I'm not so vast in the kind of hair that is trending. I'm not so vast, and I must be very sincere about that. But if you go online, I mean, if you go on TikTok, because if I tell you something is trending today, tomorrow it might not be the one trending. So you also want to know the trends in your industry. You want to go online to search to see what people are buying. Go to the online stores of business owners, air business owners, to check what they are selling more. If you even type online now, as little as, okay, let me say as little as, even on TikTok, if you just type wigs, if you type wig that is currently selling, hot selling wig currently, you see lots of them. So it's an assignment for air vendors in this webinar tonight to go and look for airs that are trending tonight, look for airs that are currently trending so that they can know what they want to sell. And also, you spoke about something that I did not really hear. I don't know if you can please come again, sir.
Okay, yes, ma'am. That was our final question on the person asked, what's your take, as a hair vendor person? Is she supposed to be tax compliant? Does our mode of business fall under tax compliance also?
Okay, you asked if they need to do tax compliance or something. I didn't hear that very well. Okay, I think I've seen you typing now. For air vendors starting out, what would be the primary advice with regards to marketing group to target? Anything around this? Okay, let me answer this one that you posted in the chat box now. Okay, well, I already spoke about marketing. I don't know if that person was here when I said so. You can make use of educational marketing content. I mean, you want to educate your content, your audience, sorry, about what you're selling. You're not just the type that is just being salesy. The truth is, nobody likes to be sold to. Everyone here on this webinar tonight don't like when people are trying to sell to them. So you might want to be very, very different in your industry to put out content that teaches people about S, that teaches people about bundles, how to differentiate out. That's why I said there's some things that cannot be covered in this night. So you have to go and do your research so that you can have a good understanding about your industry. It's just a very basic thing to know what you are going into, which might not be able to cover this night. So Marketing, yes, educational content can be used for your ads. You can use it to run ads. People that see you telling them, oh, if you buy this week today, if you want to maintain it, this is how you can go about it. These are the kits you use. People like that will trust you more because they feel like, oh, this person knows what she's doing. This person knows what he is doing in this business. I'll buy from her. I'll buy from him. Unlike someone who just say, oh, come and buy from me, oh, come and buy from me, oh, you're just shouting, hey Meka, come and buy for your girlfriend, oh, something like that. You're just shouting everywhere. People should come and buy from you. You're begging people. But when you position yourself as an authority by teaching people, by telling people, entertaining people about their airs, something like that, you can easily have an edge in your business. So marketing group, well, you can run ads. There's no specific kind of people that you should target in that sense. We're in a world of AI that even if you want to run ads on Instagram, Meta, for instance, Meta platforms like Facebook, Instagram, there's a way you can use advantage placement such that they are able to show your content, your ads to the right kind of people. So you don't even have to stress yourself trying to look for who to target. These platforms will take your videos as long as you have very good content, put it to the right audience, and bring in, of course, you have to put in effort to also close these people that are coming to your WhatsApp. Either you have a group or something, you must be able to put out content that will make people more convinced to buy from you. So it's not something that is rosy, and I must say every business requires a lot of hard work, consistency, good messaging to your audience so they know exactly what you're doing. So I think that's that. Have I been able to answer this particular question?
Yes, mate, I think you've done justice to that properly.
Sorry, sir. What did you hear? What did you say? Sorry.
Yes, I said I think that was sufficiently answered, man.
So thank you so much for the wonderful session. It's been an amazing learning moment with you. We appreciate that, and I believe everyone on the call really appreciated that as well. We'll be getting feedback as well from everyone that joined, and those that were not able to join, they'll be getting to the replay as well as probably drop their questions. Yeah, so we'll actually wrap the session now. And for those of us on the call, I believe we've all learned something. We've all gained value. While we look forward to the day two tomorrow, we'll be expectant to be looking forward to that. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yinga Malwa, we appreciate your presence with Bending Waters community, the game vendors community.
Thank
We
you
hope
very
to see
much.
you around next time. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. So we'll
Thank you
at
very
that
much for having me.
with that we'll, all right. Thank you. So with that, we'll just bring the session to a close, and we look forward to tomorrow's session. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. We really appreciate you.